The truth is, mature skin doesn't need more makeup, it needs smarter makeup. Once you hit your 40s, your foundation should feel like skincare, but with benefits. It should enhance and smooth your skin, but it shouldn't kind of look like a mask on your skin. And it 100% should not be slipping off your face by lunchtime. So I've done a little bit of research, and all paired with my years of experience and trialing foundations on different clients of all different ages, I have decided to put together the best foundations for over 40s. These foundations actually work for women over 40, and I'm going to explain to you exactly why they're worth it. It doesn't matter whether you're dealing with texture, fine lines, deep wrinkles, loss of firmness, or just want your glow back. This list is for you. I just want to make it very clear that this is not in any particular order of preference. These are all 10 foundations that I personally think work amazing on mature skin. Anyone who is in their 40s or even older, it works really, really well. So every foundation has been chosen because it has been used by myself plenty of times, and I have used them on my clients when they have kept it on all day, whether it be for a wedding or an event or a red carpet. So even celebrities. And I really want you to know that these genuinely do work. The first one is the HAUS Labs Skin Tech Foundation. So why is this foundation so great for people over 40? It's packed with some kind of powerhouse ingredients. So first off, it has fermented arnica in here. Now what that means is that it's really calming for the skin, and it's also great for anyone who has redness. So if you have a little bit of redness, and I know that a lot of clients do have redness, clients I've worked on, especially when they have mature skin, like you end up, especially if you are lighter in skin tone, you end up with dealing with a lot of redness. And this is really good for that because it actually helps to calm the skin and any irritation that your skin has. And it also helps with any redness. So it really is calming for that kind of like that irritated, sensitive skin. If you have hormonal skin, so anyone going through menopause or perimenopausal, like whatever it is that you're dealing with, this is amazing because if you have hormonal skin, this is really good for it. So that's what I meant. I want to share with you all the like amazing benefits, things that make sense to people in their 40s, you know? Like sometimes your skin is clear, sometimes you're breaking out. It honestly plays havoc on your confidence and how you look. And sometimes on some days you're just going to need more kind of coverage, but you also want something that's going to help and calm everything down and not make it more irritated by the time you take your makeup off. And this is an amazing foundation for that. What I love is it does give you amazing coverage at the same time. So you get coverage and you get all the benefits in one step. So this is a foundation that I would highly recommend, and hopefully, I mean, I personally think everything I've explained already in terms of the benefits is enough for you to go out and buy this. Don't forget the link is in the description so you can head on and get yours. Now let me explain the finish of this. The finish is a natural to satin finish on your skin. It's very slightly luminous, but it's not shiny. And bear in mind, every one of these foundations, you are going to like look to obviously set it with your powder, but I feel like once you've set all of them with powder, like you need to know how it lasts throughout the day. And this is a really good one. It doesn't go shiny through the day. I do feel like it works really, really well with any type of powder. So a quick bonus that I want to add about this is that it does feel very lightweight on the skin. So that's a good thing. That's a plus point. It's obviously skincare infused. There are many other ingredients in this product that are really good for your skin, not just the fermented arnica. This actually has over 20 skincare ingredients in here, and that's what I really love about this because it is something that's going to really help your skin as well. I don't feel like you're going to end up dealing with breakouts after using this. I know that anyone I've ever used this on has absolutely loved this foundation and has ended up going out and buying their own foundation. Does it last well? Yes. It lasts very well throughout the day. I feel like if this settles down into this kind of soft matte finish on your skin, so you still have that very slight luminosity to the skin, but once you've set it with powder, it does give you that nice soft matte finish. And I don't feel like this budges. I feel like this stays put. Next up is the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. Now this is an amazing foundation. I personally use this a lot, and I feel like this suits me more when I have a little bit more of a tan, but I probably just need to change my shade to use it right now. But it is such a good foundation. So why is this great if you're in your 40s or over? It's lightweight, it's sheer. It actually isn't as heavy as you think it would be. You know that like stigma you have with MAC, which is the old school foundations used to be really heavy. It's not anything like that. I feel like this is actually a game changer when it comes to MAC products. It's probably one of the best foundations I've tried, along with the rest of these, but this is a really, really good one if you want your skin to look healthy. So it doesn't actually sink into your fine lines and your wrinkles, and it won't look patchy on your skin either, which is a plus point for anyone in their 40s. If you have any dry patches, which is very common as you're getting older, right? Because we're dealing with dry patches as well, which I personally deal with along my peaks of my cheekbone. I have a lot of dryness there. This is really good because it doesn't grab hold of the dryness and like all of a sudden look like it's completely separate to anywhere else on your skin. I feel like mature skin really kind of loves this formula because it's very forgiving on the skin and it kind of moves with your skin. So it's a very elastic foundation. That's the best way that I could put it. It looks very good on the skin and very fluid with the skin, but not wet. So what is the finish for this? The finish is a natural, very slightly dewy, kind of skin-like finish. You're not going to get something which is overly shiny. It can be mattified with powder, and then gradually throughout the day I feel you get that very subtle kind of natural dewiness come through, which never looks oily or greasy or overly shiny. I feel like a bonus of this is that it's sweat proof, it doesn't transfer easily, and I would say this kind of stays put. It doesn't really go anywhere. I feel like once I've applied this, that's it, it's there for the whole day. So does this last well? Yes, it lasts very well, and I feel like it works really, really well for anywhere. If you're in a hot climate or you're under lights like myself, I feel personally it works really, really well. So this is another one that I think you're gonna love. I have used this many, many times. I am probably gonna go get myself another one and maybe explore a few different shades so that I can still wear this when I'm not overly tanned, because I feel like it's getting a little bit warm for me now, but I may just go and get a tan again. and that would be the easy solution. So let's move on to the next. Next up is the ILIA Super Serum Skin Tint. I'm not just dealing with traditional foundations here for you today. I am going to slip in the odd couple of skin tints because I feel like I want this to appeal to anyone. Not everyone wears foundations in the traditional sense, and I know that you still want a bit of coverage, and honestly, skin tints, tinted moisturizers are an amazing option as well, which I would still class under the foundation umbrella because, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's basically skincare with added benefits, and that's what I really want to share with you today. So this is amazing. Why is it great for over 40s? Well, it's lightweight, like ultra lightweight, so it's not thick and gooey. It's literally like skincare in a bottle with a bit of tint to it that gives you actually really good coverage. It's water-based, meaning that it won't sink into any kind of fine lines and wrinkles, and it won't kind of like make any dry patches look more dry. It's really gonna actually hydrate those areas and do the opposite for you and really help to work on those areas that are really dry. This is a great product if you have very tired or kind of dull looking skin. I feel like this really does help to wake it up. Not so much to do with the color, but more so to do with the actual ingredients in here. It has hyaluronic acid in here as well, which is really great for that extra boost of hydration. Niacinamide for brightness. It's got squalane for your skincare barrier to strengthen it. A lot of stuff in here which I think is great. Obviously it's SPF 30 as well, which is a massive plus point because you want to protect your skin as well. So not only are you giving it that extra kind of nutrient rich food for your skin, it's also protecting your skin as well as giving you a little bit of coverage at the same time. Now, what kind of finish are you going to get from this? You're going to get this really nice skin-like dew. So I feel like skin-like dew is very different to the traditional dew because it's that kind of really healthy looking skin dew. Do you know what I mean? That's the best way that I can describe it. So it's a very kind of, I would say if you don't put any powder on here, it can end up looking quite shiny, like shiny, not dewy, right? I'm keeping it real with you guys. But if you put powder on here, this sets beautifully. And in turn, over the day, you will get your natural skin-like dew coming through. So if you wear this on its own, I do feel like it can end up looking shiny on the skin and not really doing you any favors in terms of how it looks in terms of the finish. But I said it in terms of twice there, but you know what I mean. And if you put powder on it, then you're really going to get the best out of this. It kind of is game changing how different it can be if you put powder on it and if you don't put powder on it. What are the perks of this? Like, what's the bonus to this? Well, it's literally skincare with a bit of color in there. You've got SPF in there. What more can I tell you? A whole load of skincare ingredients which are really good for your skin. It genuinely is first skincare, then color. Now, how well does this last throughout the day? Like I said, always best to use powder with this product because I feel like it's not one of those self-setting products. It definitely needs powder in order to get the best from it. So you're looking at roughly around 6 to 8 hours wear with this if you are setting it with powder. If you don't set it with powder, it could very easily just slide off the face. Again, keeping it real with you, I want to be honest with you about all these, right? There are some that work amazing with powder and some that just work not so good with powder, it better on their own. You know, maybe it will just give you more of a natural finish, and some which really do not do anything unless you put powder on it. So this is one of those, especially if you have oily skin or you're in some humidity or you feel like you get that shine coming through, then I would 100% recommend setting this with powder. Next is the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This is a great foundation, and let's talk about why this is so good for anyone over their 40s or in their 40s. So this is really good for your skin. It's obviously infused with skincare ingredients again. It has certain peptides in there that actually help to bring back clarity to your skin, so your skin looks a lot better close up as well. It does help to brighten your skin over time with certain ingredients that are in here too. And obviously it has that really good light diffusing coverage, so it's really good for when the light bounces off your foundation. It's a really good kind of, I don't know how they've done it, but it really does make your skin look good. Great for kind of uneven skin tone, if you're dealing with any redness, or you just generally want that really nice even finish over your skin. I think this is a really good one. It's very fluid in texture and the colors are great. I think NARS products in general are really good, and I feel like it's always possible to get your color from there. Works really well with a brush or a sponge. The finish for this is very radiant, natural, almost like a slightly blurred finish to your skin with this foundation. So I feel like that's what you're going to get with this. Yeah, that's the best way I could put it. It is kind of like slightly blurring on your skin as well, and whatever that light reflecting technology is in here that they've done is very clever, because it really does kind of look good in any kind of light. The benefits to this bonus, I would say, are obviously the skincare ingredients. For some of these, the bonus is kind of going to be the same, to be honest, but yeah, it's probably the fact that they've made this a really good light reflecting foundation where you don't feel like you look really bad in certain lights. I feel like, I don't know what they've done, but they've done really well and it looks really good on the skin. I feel like this lasts pretty well throughout the day. I feel like if you use a good primer, especially a kind of like blurring primer with this, you're kind of boosting the benefits of this foundation. So using it with a primer and then also setting it with powder after is going to give you an amazing finish. You really do get a really nice kind of like almost poreless finish to your skin. So this is really good for that if you feel that you have like kind of like obvious open pores. The next one is the EX1 Invisiwear foundation. Now this is an amazing foundation for anyone in their 40s or over, because it really is almost like texture loving. Like if you have textured skin, it's great for that. Like I feel like this is really good if you have skin which is prone to breakouts or anything. By the way, this is the best friend of anyone with kind of like olive undertone. Amazing, amazing shade option for people in that skin tone category. Like golden olive undertones, get your shade from EX1, amazing. Plus it's not actually expensive, guys. It's not an expensive foundation at all. It's lightweight on the skin, it's oil free, which is great. It leaves your skin looking radiant and doesn't kind of like grab onto texture. Like it helps to just smooth out texture, which is what I meant by like it's like texture loving. It really helps to smooth it out and almost just blur those areas. The finish to this is like semi matte with a very, very subtle glow, like very subtle. I would say that you can get away with not even putting powder on this and it will kind of self set and stay put all day. It doesn't grab hold of any dry bits either, so I do feel like this is generally an all-round very good foundation, and it is surprising considering how much it is. Now, the bonus for this I'm gonna say is obviously, I feel like the shades and the finish, how it is really good for like breakout prone skin and textured skin. And for people who have olive or golden undertones, I feel like this is one of the best foundations that you could go for. So those are the perks for me. It doesn't aggravate your skin at all. Does it last well? Yes, it lasts very well. As I mentioned, I don't even think that you even have to use a powder on this. If you add a dusting of powder, like you don't even have to press it on with a powder puff, I just use a dusting of it. You are looking at foundation that's going to last all night. It's a great foundation. Next is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. Who doesn't love this foundation? Let me explain to you why it's so great if you're in your 40s or over. It's like a silky finish. It doesn't settle into fine lines or deep wrinkles, and it gives you this kind of like silky finish to the skin, hence luminous silk. It does give you that really nice silky finish. It's not cakey or too heavy for the skin. Like I said, it's not going to settle down into any kind of flaws that you have in terms of like deep wrinkles or anything like that. It kind of smooths out the skin, it hydrates your skin without making it look heavy. So it still gives you that good coverage at the same time. I would say the finish for this is like a soft glow, but it's radiant, but you can obviously set it with a powder, which is going to give you that almost kind of soft matte, soft glowy matte, if that makes sense. It's like a soft matte finish. It's not overly matte. It's like it's really nice silky finish to the skin. I feel like the bonus of this is just literally the fact that it's oil free and it does work. I feel like there's a good shade range available and it's just universal when it comes to any kind of skin type. So that's my little perk about this one. Is it long wearing? Does it last well on the skin? I feel like if you set it with powder, yes, it's a great long wearing foundation. And I feel like it doesn't cling to certain areas of the skin, like if you have any dryness. And I feel like whether you have dry patches and oily patches in certain areas, it works, like I said, universally across the skin really, really well. So I think it does last pretty well. Next is the DIOR Forever Skin Glow Foundation. This is a great foundation and I feel like you get that nice glow with this, but let's talk about why it's good for people in their 40s. It doesn't settle like a lot of these foundations, doesn't settle into your fine lines or wrinkles, and I feel like it kind of makes the skin look quite youthful. So it's quite a brightening foundation without being the wrong color, if that makes sense. Also, it has pansy extract in here, and that basically helps to keep your skin hydrated. Now, when it comes to all of these these skincare foundations, you know, like I think a little while ago, the foundation makeup scene evolved into foundation that had so much skincare infused in it. And I do personally feel like DIOR was one of the first to actually do that. Well, one of the first that I came across anyway. And I have to say the DIOR Forever foundations are absolutely amazing when it comes to like looking after your skin. And you know, sometimes you put a foundation on and later on in the day, especially when you're in your 40s, because your skin changes throughout the day as well, not just in your 40s, but throughout the day. I feel like this is the one foundation that when you see your skin 8 to 12 hours later, it doesn't look like, oh my god, that, you know, that horrible feeling and that look that you have a foundation that's been on all day. You don't get that with this, and it doesn't enhance any kind of breakouts or texture. It actually is really good for the skin. This is great for dry or mature skin. Like, it's really good for dry skin too, and that's why I love it. I would say the finish is kind of radiant and polished, and it kind of gives you that radiance, but it still is a very polished look. I feel like you know what you're getting when you use DIOR products, and I feel like the shade range is amazing too. A perk for this is, and I'm trying to just see, because I know that on some of the ones that I've used it states it, and I don't know if it actually states it on this, but the ones that I've previously used have been SPF 35, which has always been a plus point for me, so that's like a bonus for me. And I do feel like obviously all the skincare ingredients in here is obviously a perk of it too. When I talk about how long it lasts, I mean, I've already really gone over that. I feel like it lasts so well throughout the day, especially if you do set it with powder. You're gonna get a really amazing long-lasting foundation, one of the best in fact, and it stays looking fresh throughout the day. That's the best way to put it. Next up is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Foundation. Why is this so good for anyone in their 40s? I mean, do I even need to explain it? This is literally like skin-like foundation. That's what it's like. I feel like, look, not everyone breaks out in their like kind of 40s. Not everyone does. I know I still do, but that's a lot of that has to do with my career and what I do to my skin for you guys. But I feel like not everyone does. Like, a lot of the mature clients that I have who are maybe in their like 50s, 60s, 70s, they actually have quite clear skin. It's just the dryness they're dealing with. It's the kind of the deep lines, the kind of dehydrated skin more than breakouts. And I feel like that's where this is really amazing for them. It kind of blends really effortlessly into the skin. It really does just give you that second skin-like finish, I would say. Yeah, the finish it's kind of like a natural finish to your skin. It's definitely not going to feel cakey on your skin or heavy. It really feels ultra lightweight on your skin. A bonus of this, I would say, is the fact that they claim that it's undetectable on camera and face to face. So it is one of those foundations where it genuinely makes your skin look like skin. So unless you're packing it on, obviously, right? But you don't want to do that. You just want to get a really nice thin veil of this, and it does give you it gives you kind of what you need. If you're not suffering from breakouts, then this is an amazing foundation for you. Now, how well does it last throughout the day? I actually think if you use a thin veil of it, it lasts very well, especially if you put a dusting of powder on top. But you can get away with using this without any powder, because I feel like you get that second skin-like finish, and it isn't something that runs off your face either. Okay, next up is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation, an amazing foundation. I fell in love with this when this first came out, and it is really, really good for anyone who's in their 40s or over and dealing with skin like that. So basically, it adjusts to your skin's needs. How amazing is that? If you need extra hydration, it's there. It gives you that extra hydration. It almost gives your skin a bounce where you need it. So it kind of makes your skin feel bouncy and look youthful, but wherever you need it, not just everywhere. This is a brilliant foundation for kind of sagging skin, because I feel like this is quite an elastic texture again. It kind of just like almost like just kind of wraps your skin and almost makes it feel a little bit more firm and lifted a little bit. You get a nice radiant finish with this, but it's kind of like a firming glow. That's the best way that I could put it. In terms of bonus, like the perks of this, I would say the fact that it has SPF 30 is amazing. I love the fact that it does have skincare ingredients again, but I really like how this is a self-refreshing foundation. So what that means is throughout the day, you won't feel like it looks dull. Like it's great for sagging skin as well because it does help with that firmness, but it won't look like all of a sudden it's going dull or it's changing color or it's just looking really tired on the skin at all. This is not a foundation that's gonna end up looking tired on your skin. Your skin is gonna continue to look fresh throughout the day. So that's a big perk. And obviously the fact that it is oil-free and the fact that it has SPF and it doesn't really settle into lines or anything as well. Does it last well? Yes, it lasts really well. And as I've explained, it actually does end up looking like good throughout the day. You won't find that dull finish. It actually looks fresh throughout the day like you've just done your makeup. So I feel like this is a really, really good option for you if you're dealing with any of those issues. And the last one is my Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Natural Dewy. I absolutely love this. This is the new reformulated version. It is amazing for anyone in their 40s or over because I feel like, even though this says, by the way, natural dewy, the texture of this is not fluid. It's almost like this kind of opaque cream. So when you put it out in your hand, on the back of your hand, you'll notice it's not runny at all. And that's what I love about this for mature skin, because when it says natural dewy, you'd think it gives you that dewy finish, but it's so subtle. And you can use this without powder as well. It's amazing. It's kind of like your skin, but better. That's the best way to describe this. It's not heavy, it's not drying on the skin. It is great. It's self-setting. If you don't want to use any powder, like I mentioned, you can just literally brush this on and you're good to go. In terms of the finish, it's a very natural dewy finish, like so subtle. I would not even call it that. I'd say, I guess natural dewy is the best way to put it. It is natural dewy, but it's never shiny, never overly glowy. It's very natural looking. It just kind of looks fresh on the skin. That's the best way to put it. Now, the bonus perks of this is the fact that it does have SPF. It's obviously infused with some good stuff for your skin. It's probably my favorite go-to for those no makeup days. And even when I am wearing like a full base, I pair it with a good concealer and it's absolutely amazing. So I don't ever replace my moisturizer with a tinted moisturizer, by the way. I will always continue to wear my moisturizer and just always replace a foundation with a tinted moisturizer. So just remember that. I would highly recommend that. Honestly, I feel like it lasts really well. I've had it on for more than 12 hours before and it's lasted really well. And that's with me setting it with powder, by the way. So I would suggest, if you want it to last all day, then I would suggest putting a light dusting of powder on it. That's the end of this. But obviously, as you can tell, like foundations have evolved hugely over the last couple of years. I just feel like every foundation has something, like has skincare ingredients in there infused into it. And I think, you know, it's about time that we had, I don't know if you want to say skincare with benefits or like foundation with benefits, you know? I don't ever want you to replace your skincare with a foundation. I want you to stick to your targeted, tailored skincare. That is always going to be your skincare. But it doesn't, it's not bad if you use makeup that has some skincare in it, because it just means that it's just not ruining your skin. Do you know what I mean? You're not putting all this rubbish on your skin. You're putting stuff that is actually good for your skin. So you've already got your tailored skincare underneath, which is working well. But then you've got all of these products which have also got skincare in there, which just help to just give everything a helping hand in case your skin needs it throughout the day. The best way to put it is, I feel like, thankfully and finally, foundations are now working with your skin rather than against it. Whereas prior to this whole upgrade in foundations, like being fused with skincare, I feel like prior to that, foundations, I kind of did see it as working against your skin. Like it was, you're getting the coverage, you're getting something that lasts all day, but it wasn't doing your skin, and like it wasn't helping your skin. If anything, sometimes your skin was worse after. So I think that this is a massive big step in the right direction for makeup, especially because I feel like as you get into your 40s, and the further you get into your 40s, it's really about trying to enhance your skin and not kind of disguise a lot of it, because trying to disguise it can sometimes, like, very quickly you can end up in the whole kind of masking it, like in a heavy looking look. Like it's a fine line, right? So you end up looking like you're just masking it and it looks very heavy. Whereas, you know, what you really want as you get older is to be able to use less, so like thinner layers, lighter coverage, but just very strategically and in a very clever way combine them so that you get the coverage you want without having to use one single product, which is super heavy and gives you that immediate cakiness. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope this has given you a good variety of foundations to choose from. Again, these are all foundations that I have used and tried on my clients. If you feel that you get anything out of my videos, especially this one, please do hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the bell button, because it means that you get notified every time there's a new video so you don't miss it. Because sometimes I see comments from you guys asking for videos where I've actually already done it. So if you hit the bell button, it means that you don't miss out on any of that. And also, lastly, there is a newsletter that I have, which is an online platform called the Beauty Breakfast Club. It's a great community of anyone who loves beauty, wellness, it's a beauty space that I know you're gonna love. It's free to join and you get newsletters every other day. There is a paid version, which means you get access to the entire site and you get a chat room where all of us are chatting on a daily basis and sharing our own love for beauty and ideas and trends and tips and tricks. And I'm on there too, and it's really nice getting to know a lot of you that have headed on over there, and I'd love to see you there. Don't forget, everything is listed in my description along with the links, and check for any discount codes because I've always got a whole list of them down there. So head on over, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the next video.